The challenge from the challenger. Democrat Deidre DeJear has gone public, like challengers often do, to say that she wants to debate Republican Governor Kim Reynolds 3 times before their November election. Reynolds' campaign has confirmed that the governor does plan to debate. Details coming in the weeks ahead. Maryland Governor Larry Hogan does not have to worry about a November debate since he cannot run for re-election next year. He's already been there 2 consecutive terms. Now, he's going to address his party's debate on abortion rights later on in the Quick Six. But first, he's going to talk about why he feels that economic matters are most important to voters right now.
I think economics is the #1 issue, which is why we released the Economic Relief Inflation Plan last week, which also tailors what we've done. You know, we took a state that was losing 10,000 businesses and 100,000 jobs and had 43 consecutive tax hikes and was a monopoly Democratic state, completely turned it around. Many of the things we did by slashing 14,000 regulations and cutting taxes and eliminating the deficit and being unabashedly pro-small business and growing jobs, that's exactly what we need now and with the problems we have in the country. I was the first governor in the country to stop the gas tax in our state to help, the pain at the pump. I called on Biden to do the same thing at the federal level and to be more energy independent. Temporarily, that could have helped people a lot, just to pause the federal gas tax, which they didn't do. Other states didn't do. But, we've got to be energy independent. We've got to do something about the inflation problem we're faced with, the supply chain crisis problem. And so economy's #1. It's pocketbook issues. People buying groceries and filling up their tank. 2, I think they're concerned about crime, and they're concerned about making sure parents have a role in their children's education. I think those are the top 3 issues. There's obviously 50 other issues, but as I go around, no matter where I am in the country, if it's a rural community or small town, a wealthy suburb or urban area, everybody's concerned about those 3 things.
Maryland, Georgia, Connecticut, New York all temporarily suspended state sales tax on fuel. Florida's Republican governor, possible presidential candidate next time around, Ron DeSantis, pausing that state's tax October the 1st, all according to CNBC here, who did the track. Iowa's Governor Kim Reynolds chose not to cut the gas tax. Coming up next, an idea to help find teachers in Iowa, which includes looking for them in college classrooms.